Hey, this is Diana, the Midnight Rose. Yes, I know I've been so absent the last week or couple of weeks, but I have a good reason. I've been working furiously on my astrology and alchemy book, and just the inspirations are hitting like crazy, and then doing the reading and all that stuff. So, and I am going to just start doing more astrology on this channel. That seems to be the thing. Nobody seems to really be into these. I may have to drop these love readings. I thought that would be something very popular, but it's turning out like people are like, nah. So that's my excuse. I'm sticking to it. So let's take a deep breath and let's do the Friday reading and then back to work on the book. All right. Oh, and by the way, I've moved into my Jupiter perfection year. If perfection years are something you want to know more about in astrology, let me know in the comments because I can surely do a video on that. Okay, but right now let's focus on love reading. Okay, what does the collective need to know in romance and partnerships, platonic too? Let's include that. Mostly love. What do people need to know, the collective need to know about romantic prospects, the upcoming weekend and beyond that in the near future? Of course, as always, for these Friday readings, because I love this romantic deck. It's the mystical moments. Although I do have two more decks coming that are really cool, but they're kind of dark, dark like me. No, I love the Nine of Pentacles. It is just so, to me, it's just like a woman that's in her thing. She's entrepreneurial. That doesn't mean she can't have a partner, but she is doing her thing. She has become the man she wants to marry, as we say. So this is a great base to start. Already, I'm seeing that if anything comes up romantically, it's going to be based on someone who embraces your independence and that you can continue that independence with them. Not somebody who's going to try to crush you and make you shrink to fit their mold. That came out so hostile to men. Oh, God. I know there's good men, but there's a lot of bad ones too. And same with women. You guys need to stop using men for just their money and stuff. I get it. It's hard to get by, but there are legitimate complaints against women too. But anyway, this is something where you are in what your space where you want to be. And the person that, if there's someone that I see coming, is going to be embracing that or allowing and supporting that. Four of Pentacles. You need to be thrifty though. You need to be careful. It's so easy when you are getting into a business mode to spend too much money. So this is this is financial stability for you and hopefully for the Knight of Pentacles coming into your life. So this is someone who is also financially stable. And I know I just said not to use men for money. Oh, look at me. I'm talking about finances here, people being financially stable. But I mean, that's a nice bonus. That's not your main goal, or shouldn't be, but it's a nice bonus. So this might be somebody a little bit younger than you, being the Knight of Pentacles. He's not too immature. I mean, he's not like king-like, but he's someone that's maybe not moving real fast right now, but he's slow and steady. So that's what I'm seeing here with these cards. But let's do a couple more cards to clarify. But these have been looking really positive lately. the first few I did for romance were kind of like, how can I frame this to make it not so bad? But these are looking really good. And as soon as I say that, what do? I turn up the Three of Swords. Well, horse shit, as my daddy used to say. So everything's not perfect. But for these two cards, this one came first. So it looks like either you or him has had real heartbreak in the past, which isn't surprising. I mean, let's be honest, who of us hasn't? Can you show me a person who hasn't had heartbreak in the past? Hello, that's all of us, but a little worse than usual and a little more recent, or not really recovered from it yet. That's the difference there. Because yes, we've all had heartbreak. So, the King of Swords. But on the card, it is a woman. Oh, this is the person that you're looking at, the prospect. He has had his heart broken by a kind of a cold, heartless woman. So he's afraid to trust again. He's a good one, though. This guy coming, he's a good one. So you got to break through that reluctance he has to get involved again. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. All right, let's pull the Mystical Moments Oracle deck. Let's go a little more in depth. That card wants to come out. How can you get through to him? What do you need to do to get through to him? To get this going, to kickstart this relationship? That kind of came out. Okay. All right, all right, all right. It's Matthew McConaughey who would say. A long way home. Eva, who is blooming. When I see this card, I'm thinking a long way from home. Oh, let's make some things. A long way from home. So he's a long way from home. He's intentionally a long way from home. Because he's trying to get away from this past. I'm going to pull one more card here from the Oracle deck. And then if I have to, I'm going to switch over to Tarot. Secrets. Ooh. Okay. So what's coming to me is that this is kind of or he feels like this is a sordid past. Not necessarily, but he feels like there's some things in his past he's not so proud of. So he's trying to hide it. And especially with this woman in this heartbreak. This guy's been through the ringer. And he's a long way from home. So the key here in this card, I think, is being someone very nurturing, down to earth, someone who is willing to slowly grow. I'm seeing, as a plant, things grow slowly, and you will have to take your time with this one. This one's tough. He has been through it recently. I mean, once again, who hasn't been through it? I mean, let's be honest, it isn't going through it right now. And this is more about secrets, and he's trying to get away from this woman that has kind of terrorized him. That's the phrase coming to me. As you can see, I'm not very good at shuffling. Okay. So, but what do you need to do besides moving slowly, letting things grow slowly and organically? I mean, yeah, okay. Which is unusual for the woman. Usually the man who needs to learn that skill. He wants to push things forward too fast. You know how y'all are, you men. Us men that's watching. I'm gonna pull 3 cards from the tarot. Yeah. You know, sometimes with romance, we get a really idealized view of what it is or what it should be. And that's what I see when I look at that 7 of Cups reversed. Oh, this is how it should be. You to get through to this guy, you need to check yourself on the idealized romance because it's not going to be like a fairy tale. That's not what's going to happen. And once again, the Chariot reversed reinforces this idea of you have to move slowly. But you might need some things you need to move away from as well. He's moving away from things. You both need to move away in a sense. Him maybe a little more than you, but with the 8 of Swords, yeah, it's time to kind of move on. He's a little more actively here moving on, but you got a few things you need to address too. That idealized fairy tale romance idea. It can happen. If it happens, it's great, but it doesn't always happen. And you've got to be prepared for a realistic view of relationships, that they take work. They don't just happen overnight. Not the relationship part. Some other things may happen overnight, but I don't think this guy is even wanting to rush. Well, if you were somebody didn't care about, he'd be like, yeah, okay, you know, a fling. But if it's somebody that he thinks he can be sucked into, all for, oh wow, we have got. Oh no, that's not Venus. My eyes are, but still, it's good because at first I thought it was Venus and Pisces where she's exalted in the 10th. But Mercury, Mercury is not so comfortable in Pisces. Speaking as someone with Mercury in Pisces, hello, I know of what I speak. So it is actually, Mercury is a little weird. It's in its fall and detriment in Pisces. And in the 10th, reputation, work, those kinds of things. So now I do want to say, and I should put a link down in this video. I have written an article about planets being in fall or detriment and how, yes, they're tough. It's like being in a hole and trying to dig out. But if you do it, you develop special skills. It's an invitation to be like, hey, you're down in a hole. You're in a bad position. What are you going to do to get out of it? And in doing it, to getting out of it, you develop a certain skill or a knack or something important. I hate it when it starts flashing. So I will link it. It's called, oh, stop flashing. My moon is falling and it can't get up. So academic. Not. Let's see if this helps the flashing. Maybe not. Okay. Stop doing that. I hate it when it does that. Yay. That is something I need to address. But then I know this like gives a little glare, but it's better than that epileptic inducing flashing. So basically, you're in a great place. You are ready for romance. You are independent. You feel, or you feel like you are. Maybe still a little work to do. Some things that you need to step away from. But this man that's coming up, or maybe he's already here and you're considering him, he's really dealing with the heartbreak. He's financially stable, but he's really been through it with a woman recently and he's trying to get away from her. He doesn't like how that relationship went. Maybe he's ashamed of some of the things he's did or said, you know, because in the heat of the moment, we all sometimes do things that we aren't super proud of. But you've got to take a slow approach with him, a realistic approach, and let go of some of your ideals of the fairy tale romance, relationships or work. and approaching them as, I mean, it's fun too, but approaching them in that with respect for the fact that you have to work at relationships, you have to communicate, you have to tell people when there's something wrong, and vice versa, you know. So that is my love reading for Friday. Please leave comments, especially if you want to know more about astrology. I mentioned that I was in a Jupiter perfection year. If you want to know about perfection years, if you want to know about upcoming transits, if you want to get into esoteric topics related to astrology, I'm writing a book on astrology and alchemy, and I am a total astrology and alchemy nerd. So, all right. So I'm going to try to get back on schedule, posting either astrology or tarot Monday through Friday every day. Sometimes life just gets in the way. So, all right. Thank you so much. Have a good weekend. Have a happy Easter. And hopefully you will find romance with somebody, either they're already in your life, that's a great prospect, or coming soon. All right. Take care, and I'll see you in the next reading. This is the Midnight Rose signing off. All right. Thanks so much.